Map Manager is the perfect collection of tools to know and manage the image maps of any elements of your scene. First, two analysis tools allow you to get a summary of all the maps used for the elements of your selection. The results can be displayed in a Daz Studio interface, organizing the results map by map, okay, and displaying for each map the name, size, location, as well as the figures, surfaces, and property on which it is used. The second script can generate a CSV file, which can be imported in many spreadsheet programs, such as, for instance, Excel, and which will display for any mapped property by column the name of the figure, the surface, the property, the map name, and the path to this map, as well as the width and height of the map used. This way you can sort it the way you want. Then there are two different types of map management scripts. The first one can act on any selection of surfaces that you make. The script for any surface will allow you to select the surface you want to copy the maps from and the surface you want to copy the map to, okay? You can this way preview the maps that you are going to copy, for instance. You can, of course, remove the map you want. And you can decide for the destination surface on which property you want to copy it. You can copy it, for example, to the base color, but you could copy the base color to the glossy color. You just have to select it and click on Execute Copy. There are batch tools included. There are two different batch tools. The first one is the single to all, which allows you to copy a single map, okay, this one for instance, to the property that you choose here of all the other surfaces. So if you want to copy the base color of the shirt to all the base colors or anything else of all the surfaces, you just have to select them and click on Execute Copy. And there is the all-to-all, each-to-each options, meaning that this time, for each surface, you are going to have a look at this property, the image used for this property, and you are going to copy it to any of the mappable property here. There is no transfer from one surface to another, but just inside the same surface from one property to another, but for all surfaces that you selected when you launched the script. The second type of map manager is focused on human figures and will operate directly on the skin parts of the figures. The supported generations are Generation 4, Genesis, Genesis 2, 3, and 8, as well as their genitalia anatomy parts. Two scripts are provided. The first one is the human figure self-map manager, meaning that the maps are copied from one property to another property for the same figure, and even if several figures can be processed at the same time. Okay. The second one is the human figure map transfer. This is what I'm showing here. This time, the map set can be copied from one property to another property of the same or of another figure. For instance, you can choose to copy Lucas 8 dual lobe specular reflectivity, okay, to Michael 8 dual lobe specular weight. Why not? And you just have to press Execute Copy and the results appears immediately. Finally, the collection of tools is completed by utility script. Okay, these are these three ones, able to store the map state of any selection you make at any time in text files, to make layered images, and to restore totally or partially a given map state on a given selection. If you made a mistake and you want to come back to a previous state that you have stored with this script, then you simply have to select the elements that you want to restore and double-click on the Restore script. You will load the file in which you stored the image state, and an interface will open where you can choose what are the previously mapped properties that you want to restore with their initial maps, and what here are the previously unmapped properties that you might have mapped afterwards and that you want to restore as being unmapped. Okay, so for instance, for these two guys, I want to restore everything, so I select everything that was mapped at the beginning. I click on Restore Previous Map State, so the previous map state is restored, and I want to be sure that everything that was unmapped is now unmapped. Okay. And here we are, we come back to the initial state. Okay, well, that's all. So in summary, you have utility scripts such as store and restore, you have map management scripts, and you have analysis scripts in order to summarize what maps are used and where they are used. I hope that you will have a lot of fun with these products and that it will help you a lot. Thanks for your attention and see you soon.